Today's reading is Matthew chapter 9 verses 14 to 17. No one puts new wine into old skins, scoffs Jesus to the amusement of the crowd. Perhaps they knew someone who had made this silly mistake and had seen the sorry result. The old skins will no longer stretch, so they will burst as the wine matures. Not a pleasant outcome, and it would probably make you the laughingstock of your neighbourhood. It would be equally daft to mend a tear with new unshrunk cloth. Not that this is any more familiar a situation to us, but again we can easily see the point. Match new to new, old to old. Little parables that Jesus used cleverly, picking up daily simple realities to illuminate difficult challenges in life and faith. Jesus' behaviour was so different to the religious teachers they were used to. With his words on religious observances of fasting and so on, he didn't care who he ate with. When he was teaching, he didn't base his words on learned elders before him that he quoted, but he taught as if he knew from within himself, without reference to anyone else, what God was like. He blew their minds, actually. Some were scandalised. How can he even claim to be a man of God if he associates with such riffraff, criminals even? Some were fascinated, but rather doubtful. Some were thrilled. Yes, that'll show them, those stuck-up Pharisees. Jesus pushed the boat out, we might say, or he broke the mould in his newness, in terms of how a religious teacher was expected to behave. So what does this mean for us? Does it mean that the way things have been done before holds no value for us? Does it mean that we should throw over tradition and start afresh, perhaps in every generation? The Church has never done this. On the contrary, the Church has often in her history been a conserver of tradition and perhaps a resistor of change even. The Anglican Church is based, we often say, on the three-legged stool of scripture, tradition and reason, each interacting with and interpreting the others. So how should we apply this teaching at a time of great change, with churches just beginning to open, with online worship growing in significance, with congregational worship about to resume in England, not yet in Wales? This is in many ways a new start, a transitional time for the Church. Should we take up the reins of everything that has happened in the past and resume normal service, as it were? Or should we think afresh about what we do and how? Find a new wineskin for new wine. This all needs thinking through, using our reason, drawing on our tradition, but not being limited by it, and always basing our decisions on Scripture. This is a real opportunity for us to evaluate all that we do. The new life of the Spirit may take new forms in future, and we should, at the very least, be ready for that and open to it. If we explore fresh wineskins, our worship, when it recommences, will be full of the life that ought to characterise it.